welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Agata, and I'm a part of Get Global Education, of which one of of our family is EMA, École de Management Appliqué, which we will be discussing today. A few words of an introduction. Let's say, as I mentioned, EMA. It is a private business school in Paris, in France, and it's a part of Gedu Global Education portfolio, which has a family of over 60,000 students worldwide. So EMA is a private business school, and it was established in 2004 in Paris. So as you can easily calculate, last year we were celebrating the 20th birthday of Gedu. And what is important is that at EMA, your students can study either fully in English or fully in French, which I would say is pretty important, because I know that there are some universities in France that, even if they do offer studies in English, at some point, in the third year, for example, or for some of the specializations offered, they do require students to speak French at some point, but not at EMA. So at EMA, they can study fully in English all throughout the whole course duration, or in French, of course. If a student is a French-speaking student, then they can also study in French, not a problem. So when it comes to our location in Paris, we are in the 14th district, so pretty much in the center, in close to the center, in a very nice and vibrant area, surrounded by many lovely cafes, restaurants, etc., etc. And it is also easily accessible by public transportation, which I believe is very important for the students, that they can reach their campus easily, or they can reach the city center or their home after the classes also conveniently. We also partner with ISIC, so the students can get an ISIC card, which is International Student Card, which also provides them with many benefits, including also the transportation. So when it comes to the lifestyle, I don't think I have to convince anyone that France is a nice place to live. So in general, France is the number two, the second most popular non-English speaking country in Europe for international students. So the first one is Germany, and the second one is France, the second most popular for international students. So you can imagine that the student life is very very nice, and in general, France and Paris, especially, they have a lot to offer in terms of world-class museums, art galleries, historical monuments, and landmarks. But also, Paris is a cultural and economic capital. So a lot of international and global businesses and corporations have their offices there, mostly in the La Défense district. So it is good for students to be surrounded by them. It is good to be present in the same city in terms of their future career, of course. But well, of course, Paris is also a very diverse and multicultural city. So the students will enjoy a very vibrant student life, and also be surrounded by beautiful parks, beautiful riverside, walking paths, etc. Great cafes and restaurants to live their Parisian life while studying. When it comes to the EMA campus, it is, as I already mentioned, located in the 14th district. district. It is well equipped with library, with smart classrooms, with some modern study areas and student collaboration spaces. So, what is also very important about EMA to stress, I think, is that uh, we have small group sizes. So it means that each and every single student gets personalized attention from the teachers. So they can always ask for support if they are not following up, if they do not understand something fully. They can always ask for an extra support. They will not get lost in hundreds of students in one study group. So they do get this personalized attention because we want all the students to have very good interaction with both the teacher but also their classmates, because they would work in group a lot. They would do a lot of coursework together. They would discuss case studies together, analyze them, etc. So we also want them to have, very good contact with each other. um, what is also worth mentioning about EMA is that around 70% of the faculty are holding a PhD degree. And at EMA, as you will find out in a moment, we also do offer PhD degrees. So if someone is looking for a university, for an institution to stay there for many years, starting from bachelor, going through other degrees up to PhD, then definitely EMA is a good place, especially that, as I mentioned, our faculty, over 70% of them hold a PhD degree themselves. So they will be a good guidance. They will have some advice for the students that want to do that, and they will help them on every step of the way. uh, but what is also important is that our lecturers are also practitioners. So they don't only know the theory, but they also spend many years in business, doing practical, meeting everything in practice. So they can also bring to class real life examples, which is very important for the students to not only memorize theory and read about some examples, but also have this hands-on experience, and sometimes try to solve real business cases from a real life experience of the teachers, of the lecturers that are also practitioners. And well, according to one of the last surveys, we have 100% student satisfaction. So I think this all makes a perfect studying environment, I would say. What is important about the campus? So I already mentioned that it's pretty central. It's easily accessible by public transport. So at the moment, what is worth mentioning, I guess probably there would be questions about it. We do not offer our own student accommodation. We do not own student accommodation in Paris, but we do work with relocation companies, and companies that work with accommodation providers. So we do support each student with securing their accommodation there. So don't worry about that. So, as I mentioned already, we start, so the students can start their journey with us from a bachelor's degree, then go through a master's degree, then through MBA, DBA, up to a PhD. So as I already said, if someone is looking for an institution to spend many years there, this is definitely a good choice. Um, what is important to stress here is I already mentioned that EMA is a part of GEDU Global Education Group and that it is a partner of ISEC International. But what is important to stress is that the degrees at EMA, they are all Qualiopi certified. And Qualiopi is quality label awarded by the French government. So basically, it recognizes the quality of organization and of the teaching, but not only of the teaching, but also that the organization meets all the standards, including information transparency, continuous improvement, etc. So it is pretty relevant to stress that EMA and all the degrees are quality certified. So let's take a closer look at all the degrees right now. So starting from bachelor, the let's say the main name of all of them is Bachelor of Applied Management, and please don't get scared that the main name is in French. This is how it is, registered. But as I said, there are two languages of instruction, and one is French, one is English. So within the Bachelor in Applied Management, the specializations that the students can choose are finance and economics, business law, and creative industries. So, three specializations to choose from. This is a standard 3 years bachelor's degree with two intakes, September and January. And of course, the September intake, as I guess at all other universities as well, is the main one. But also we do offer the January intake because it still gets a lot of interest from the students. So the standard fee is 9,000 euros per year, and I will mention the scholarships when I finish discussing all the programs. So this is a standard fee. And well, there are several potential career paths that the students can take after any of these specializations. So the ones that we have mentioned here are financial analyst, marketing coordinator, or business development associate, and of course many others. When it comes to eligibility criteria, so well, they of course the students need to have finished 12 years of education, and achieving at least 50% of GPA, but of course the more the better. And also for all the degrees that we have, the crucial and the very important, if not the most important, stage of the recruitment process is the interview. So all the students have to go through the interview. Okay, so the next program that we offer is a master, and again, it's a master in applied management with three specializations. So we have finance, we have business law, and creative industries. With just one remark here, that business law is only offered in French. So here, finance and creative industries are offered in English. And here again, I would say a standard duration of a master's program, so 2 years, and the tuition fee is 10,000 euro per year. And again, I will discuss the scholarships in a moment. And here again, we have several potential career paths like financial consultant, project management, or corporate communication specialist. And of course, we have eligibility criteria of having completed at least the bachelor's diploma with at least 50% GPA, or if the candidate has completed an HND, higher national diploma, well, then at least they would need to additionally have 1 year of postgraduate diploma to be admitted. And then, apart from the master in applied management with the three specializations that I just discussed, we also offer master in digital marketing. So this is a new program that we just introduced, and starting from this September, we will also be offering it in English. So so if you have any students interested in digital marketing, studied in English, this is definitely a good option for them. And here, pretty much the same organizational structure. So 2 years degree, 10,000 euro per year as a tuition fee. Same eligibility criteria. Well, different career paths, potentially as digital marketing project manager, brand manager, or data analyst, for example. So these were bachelor's and master. Let's then continue to an MBA degree. So here we it is again. Oh, sorry. Yes, small technical issues. MBA. So that should be this one, I guess. Yes, let's go back to full screen. So MBA program. Yes, it's loading. So in the meantime, let me say that it is again 2 years long, but here the fee is a bit lower than of the master, so it's 8,500 euros per year. And again, potential career paths are different because it's a different field of specialization. Then we also have a DBA, so Doctor of Business Administration. And it's worth mentioning that MBA and DBA are only available in English. So if you do have any students, French speaking students that would like to apply here, they also need to speak English. So here, 3 intakes per year. This program duration is 3 years, not two. And here the cost is 7,000 euros per year. And of course, well, here we have yet different potential career paths. And the last one, but not least, of course, is the PhD that we're offering. And here there are two specializations. So it's either economics or business law, but only the economics one is offered in English. So the PhD in business law is for the French speaking students mostly, I would say. So again, with the programs here, with this program, we have 3 intakes, and similarly to the DBA, the duration is 3 years, and the cost is 7,000 euros per year. And again, different potential career paths, including a university lecturer. Maybe someone would like to spend even more years at EMA and then become a lecturer there. Who knows? So, just a quick summary. Why study at EMA? Well, first, we are in the heart of Paris, with a very good location. So the students have very easy access to the city center, or to their homes wherever they live, with the use of the public transport. So this is a very good advantage, but also, as I mentioned, there are lots and lots of international corporations and businesses in Paris, which are also easily accessible from the campus. Well, the second advantage is the small class sizes that I mentioned, that we have this tailored learning experience for everyone, so that they can feel that they are taken care of, that they are not afraid to ask the teacher to repeat or ask for more additional help, because we want to make sure that everyone makes the best of this experience. When it comes to scholarships, as promised, so for the 2026 intakes, we'll be offering up to 45% tuition fee off our tuition fees. So the scholarship program is the following. So for non-visa students, so from European Union countries, we are offering 30% scholarship, automatically, let's say, for everyone. And then they can get additional 10% scholarship, if within our early bird scheme, so if they would like to pay as an early bird. And then on top of that, we are offering additional scholarship for a full upfront full tuition fee payment. So if they decide to pay for the full year in advance, they get additional 5%. If they pay within a specific time frame as an early bird, they get additional 10% plus the 30%. It all adds to 45. And for international students, it's pretty similar. So for everyone, we offer 20% of scholarship plus 10% for an early bird payment and plus 5% as a full year's fees payment. So it adds up to 35% of scholarship. We do have some special offer for the non-visa European Union students, even for this September 2025, and I will discuss it in a moment. First, let's finish here. So also, if this of course concerns international students, once they secure Schengen visa, they can explore and enjoy the beauty of all other Schengen countries, traveling, of course, not missing the classes, but during the breaks, for example, or weekends, they can explore other countries which are also easily accessible from Paris, thanks to the proximity of three airports. The flights within European Union, within the Schengen zone, there are plenty of options, very affordable ones. So I'm sure that the students would really enjoy that. Well, and as already mentioned during the discussing the each and every course separately, we offer 3 intakes per year. So it's not that if a student misses the September-October intake, then they have to wait the whole year to apply, and they have to somehow fill this time. No, if someone misses the September intake, there is nothing to worry about, because then we have January intake for some of the degrees, then we have May intake. So there is nothing to worry about if someone misses one of them. So there is this flexibility when it comes to the start of the student journey. And now a few words about the special offer that we still have available for the non-visa students or the onshore international students that are right now currently in Paris. So European Union students for September 2025, so for the upcoming closest intake, they are offered 50% scholarship of the tuition fees, which lowers them to 4,500 only. And then we lowered the initial deposit for them to just 1,000 euros, because normally the initial deposit is 50% of the fees. So now here in this case it's only 1,000 euros, and then the rest of the amount, so 3,500 euros, can be settled in monthly installments of 500 euros during the first months post arrival. So if this is not enough to convince the students to study, we are adding on top of that 1 month of free accommodation for the students. So this is definitely a very attractive offer for them, I would say. So if you have any European Union students or onshore, currently already in Paris with a residency permit, for example. So those that are still looking for options, those that maybe have very last minute decided that they want to go somewhere, because sometimes they do decide very last minute. This is, I think, the best option that they can find right now, because the intake is still open for them. We can still accept applications. This offer is valid until 15th August. So we still have like 3-4 weeks to go. 3 weeks to go for this one, with applications, with completing all the formalities. And since European Union students do not need a visa to go to Paris. They can easily relocate, enjoying this 1 month of free accommodation. So again, if you have any students looking for last minute options, I think they will not find any better offer than this one. So this is for the first year, and of course, on the bachelor level, for example, on from the second year onwards, the students can still maintain the 50% scholarship if their GPA is at a good level. Good level, I mean above 75-80%. So and this also concerns international students. This one is not only for the European Union students. So it definitely pays off to be a good student and get a merit-based scholarship. So if they maintain their GPA at a good level, for the second and third year, they might receive up to 50% of merit or honors-based scholarship. So this is the special offer. And then when it comes to the admission process, it is very, very simple, I would say. And we always make sure that the students receive offer letters immediately, of course. Well, this requires some cooperation from the side of the students. So they need to send us a full, complete set of documents, unless they are still waiting, for example, for school results, because we can accept early applications. Even right now, we have already started accepting applications for September 2026. So obviously, the last year of high school students, they do not have their final high school certificate or the final exams results yet, but they can still apply and they can still secure a conditional offer. So a full set of documents is for bachelor their high school certificate and transcript and their final exams results, then their passport scan, of course, then some language certificate, and here it can be IELTS, it can be TOEFL, it can be even a Duolingo online exam. So we accept a variety of qualifications. In some cases, we can also accept MOI, the medium of instruction, if they were educated in English. So anyway, some proof that they do speak English. And then the students are also asked to provide their CV and a personal statement. So this is a full complete set of documents for bachelor, for master. Instead of high school, of course, they provide their bachelor's certificate plus transcripts. So let's say that we receive the application now and it is assessed by the admission officers. Then they issue the conditional offer to the student on the basis of the documents. And as I have already mentioned, all the students, they need to go through an interview. So the student submits the documents, admissions team assesses them, sends the interview link. The student chooses the date and time that works for them. They join the interview, which of course me or some other member of our team would help them prepare for. So nothing to worry about here. So they join the interview, and after passing the interview, they get an unconditional offer letter. So it means that they have met all the conditions to be admitted to studies, and we are offering them a seat in the class unconditionally. And then they are required to pay the deposit, which, as I mentioned, is 50% of the fees for international students. For EU students, for this September, only it is 1,000 euro. And then they secure the seat basically on the basis of the deposit paid. So then, in case the student is an international student and they do need to go through the visa process, they get the payment receipt. Once it's confirmed, they get the visa document checklist from our admissions team, and they need to start working on their visa documents. So this is subject to country. So this depends on the country of origin of the student or the country where they would be going to the embassy or VFS center. So here they get the respective visa document checklist, and as I said, they have to start collecting it, then they share it with us. Our visa team verifies the documents if they are correct, if nothing is missing, if the full if the set of the documents is full and complete, and if yes, they get a green light to go to the embassy for the appointment, and then they go get the visa, hopefully, and they join us. So we are basically, when it comes to the turnaround time, to give you an example, yesterday, so one of my students submitted an application to EMA for this September 2025. So she submitted the application. It was yesterday around 2 p.m. Polish time, and this morning she already got a conditional offer. So this is how fast we act. This is how fast we process the documents. In general, the turnaround time is up to 48 hours. Of course, if nothing is missing. The most important document to get a conditional offer is the passport. So basically, on the basis only of the application form, which just contains some personal information like email address, phone number, etc., etc., plus a passport scan. This can already give a student a conditional offer because, as I said, sometimes they apply early, they don't have their final documents yet, so only on the basis of application form and the passport they can get a conditional offer if they would like to feel safe, to feel that they have already taken some steps for their future, etc. Yeah, so when it comes to English proficiency, as I mentioned, we will require some proof that they speak English on a required level. So when it comes to IELTS, it should be the academic IELTS at least for at least 6.0, with no score below 5.5 in any of the components. So minimum is 5.5, but the final average should be 6.0. When it comes to Duolingo online exam, of course, we do accept it because I think at the moment it's the easiest accessible medium to prove their English. So from Duolingo, we require 105 points, minimum 95 in each component. Then we also accept PTE at level B2, so 52, or TOEFL level 60, or as I said, in some cases, it can be an MOI. And then on the right, you can see our requirements when it comes to French language, because as I said, we do offer all the degrees also in French, apart from MBA and DBA. So if you have any French-speaking students, they are more than welcome to apply and study in French as well. Yeah, so regarding the visa process, just a few words. So it begins once they receive the final offer letter and pay the tuition fee. And of course, it's divided into two parts because the Campus France is responsible and is like helping, is part of the process of the visa to France, to French universities applications. So students first go through the Campus France and then with the visa application. And basically, as I already mentioned, EMA is 20 years old. So last year we celebrated our 20th birthday. So here we can find some of our social media. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, we are active there. You can find us there to see some more posts from our students lives or from the campus, some news, etc. So you are more than welcome to follow us. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending. It was a pleasure. I hope that you know more about EMA now, and that you got some interest, and that you will want to work with us and recruit some students that are interested in going to France.